It's been 44 years since off-road racing pioneer John Penton brought over the first motorcycles bearing his Penton name, made by an unknown bicycle and moped maker in Austria named KTM. And in that time, not a single American Motocross Championship in the premier class had been won by the KTM brand until 2012 and Ryan Dungey. After Moto 1 in Unadilla, Ryan Dungey was able to secure his second 450 national title and the KTM brand's first 450 U.S. Motocross Championship in the company's history.
Ryan Dungey wins at Unadilla and with it claims the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship.
With history made once already that day in New York, some individual histories for the Red Bull KTM team were about to be made.
And Musquin's going to launch in and launch out, and with that third place finish, that should be enough to give him his first ever overall win here in the U.S.
Marvin Musquin would claim his first overall win in America with a 2-3 day, and Ken Roczen would overcome a season-long dry spell for his first Moto win.
And the rider who won the World Championship last season has finally gotten a Moto win in the U.S.
It's like a dream day for any team.
We had to have a lot of things go our way to be able to wrap up the championship. So Alessi had a DNF there the first moto, which put us in contention to win the championship in the second moto.
And then on top of that, we got our first lights win. We now won the first heat and won the overall with Marvin. It's a pretty awesome day.
We all stuck together, and I feel like as a team we worked and were able to accomplish a championship.
His championship race may be over, but there are still two more races that for this champion are just as important. And Steel City in Delmont, Pennsylvania is first up.
I really feel like to win the championship and then after that to kind of fade off, it's like what's the point? You know, if you're going to do it right.
You need to keep pushing, and it's no time to settle and start slowing down.
You can't let your guard down. You have to keep working, because like I always say, the second guy or the third guy or the whole field, they're going to try their best to get better and better, and we have to continue.
It was great winning the championship, don't get me wrong, but to win each individual race has a lot of meaning to itself as well, so just got to keep plugging away.
One of the risks for all these professional riders, and one that doesn't involve hitting the ground at a high rate of speed or getting run over by 39 other bikes, is just not getting sick during the season. Marvin Musquin would not be so lucky the week before Steel City.
I had a tough week. I got a cold, and I started Wednesday, and I felt really tired on Wednesday, and I traveled on Thursday, and
came down with the flu in the middle of the week, and did not do any riding later in the week.
Marvin could feel good about something though: job security. Musquin and Roczen would re-sign with the Red Bull KTM team for 2 more years.
Yeah, I'm excited. 2 more years with Red Bull KTM. You know, this team has been really good to me, and we did a lot of good things together.
Don't see the sense to move. You know, everybody works great. I'm having a lot of fun, and glad to be with 2 more years. You know, 2013 on 250 and 2014 on the 450.
I'm so happy and proud to be here and in this team, and I'm really happy to sign for 2 more years for sure.
Hey. Team manager Roger DeCoster started 2 years ago building his championship team at KTM. One of the most important members was Ryan Dungey's indispensable but quiet mechanic, Carlos Rivera.
At first, a lot of people thought about it. I don't know, this is a little crazy, but I always like challenges. This is one that we took, and it was a success. We won a championship, which is pretty amazing.
A motocross race is 30 minutes plus 2 laps long. Those precious few seconds at the start, however, make the difference between breathing fresh air or being pummeled by Roost getting to the front. Even choosing the right gate position is a team effort.
8 is probably the farthest I will go down. 8 or 9. Are you stealing my dirt? We gotta get it started, because this could be like what sugar will make it hard for you, And you know how to start. We got the power. We're gonna do it.
That's right.
The gate pick paid off for Ryan Dungey in Moto 1 of the 450s as he led Andrew Short into the first turn and ran away from the field as he has done so many times this season.
Good start for Dungey. I think they're going to give him the whole shot in that one. And here is Dungey continuing to lead the way on the Red Bull KTM. And Short must have made a mistake back there. This could be 9 straight if he wins the overall today. He takes the first moto here at Steel City.
Where are you guys going? That one there. Where are you going?
In the 250s, Ken Roczen and Musquin would see if they could repeat last week's historic rides.
And into the first turn, it's one of the Kawasaki's, Blake Baggett. I believe grabbing a rare hole shot.
Inspired by his ride at Unadilla, Roczen would overtake Blake Baggett and then take on Eli Tomac.
Baggett made a mistake, had both feet come off of the pegs on the approach to one of those jumps. And finally, Roczen was able to use the outside line to get around, and now Tomac as well.
While his teammate Roczen was firing on all cylinders up front, Marvin Musquin was missing on a few with the effects of his midweek illness.
Musquin out of France at 2:33, so he's now almost 20 seconds off. So it doesn't look like the French rider is going to be much of a player in this moto.
So here it is, Eli Tomac hitting his stride when it matters most down the stretch, and he takes the moto win here at Steel City.
So much head shake, like concrete hard.
Down the hills everywhere. Kenny was complaining about major head shake, and he's wanting to go back to the 22 claps.
But it's mostly just when you shut off, not when you roll back.
Always. Also accelerating. I have to hold on so much.
You good? Let's do it, buddy. That's right. Let's have fun.
Ryan Dungey would wrap his 9th consecutive overall victory with Moto 2, solidifying his sole possession of number 3 on the all-time win list. It wouldn't be easy, though.
And it's Mike Alessi got the hole shot. So once again, Alessi and Dungey are tied for the year on hole shot awards.
But whoever said motocross was easy?
Dungey has time to work with here.
Well, and Alessi being in front. Oh, Dungey off the track.
That outside line pays off. It's the inside to the next corner. Another big mistake from Dungey. Here he goes to the inside. Ryan Dungey is just able to get back around Alessi. And the checkered flag is out. Ryan Dungey wins his 9th straight overall here in 2012.
With his bike settings adjusted between motos, Roczen mechanic Kelly Lumgare gets some final reconnaissance by the man, Roger DeCoster.
It's better to start in the middle and then go diagonal across the inside.
Roger wants you to start in the middle. You can kind of see that dark line, and it'll feed you to the inside and then be on the inside.
One of the Yamaha riders out front, it is the rookie Jeremy Martin in his 2nd pro race. Tomac trying to go to the inside, make short work of this, and take off.
With Tomac in the lead, Ken Roczen would go after Eli's teammate, Justin Barcia.
And it looks like Roczen has just made his way past Justin Barcia.
For the Frenchman Musquin, it was just survival.
He actually told me he was feeling a little bit under the weather. They didn't know if it was a flu exactly or what, but he just didn't feel 100%.
With Eli Tomac going 1-1 for the day, there was only one other next best spot for Ken Roczen to be. The 2nd overall would be another building block to this rider's future as a champion in America.
Roczen playing the spoiler, finishes in front of Barcia and Baggett.
The Steel City fans and TV viewers saw that Ryan Dungey was not about to rest after his historic title win for KTM Motorcycles and the Red Bull KTM team.
Things were working really good in the first moto. Got off to a start and it was awesome, got a win. And then the 2nd moto had to really kind of come from about 4th.
Today was really tough, and my start was not that good, but both moto around the top 5, and not really happy about that, but you know, I try my best.
Did a couple good races, and I'm definitely looking forward for the last race next week. And I want to get my best there again. You know, I'm still looking for that overall.
There was a point in the middle of the race where he actually was the fastest guy on the track, and so it gives us hope, you know.
The 2012 season comes to a close in Lake Elsinore next week. Join us and the Geico Honda Young Guns as they take one last shot at Blake Baggett in the first of 2 wrap-up episodes at AlliSports.com/YouTube.
You guys are always waiting for us. You want me to find more work for you? No, you got nice to me. You guys are jumping the gun, leaving work. 2 guys standing around, get it on film. Look at Dave, butt crack and all.